right, welcome back to the Hold My Helmet Football Podcast. I'm yours truly, your favorite host, Will Reichling.
And I'm your co-host, Dylan Boyle.
Not his favorite, right? No, I'm just kidding. Look,
I'm the most favorite, all right?
every week, there's been a lot of weeks that went by. What are we in? Past week 12, going to week 13, and your beard has gotten progressively bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like you, as you can tell. I mean, you got any tips? What do I got to do?
You have to have the Italian genes.
The Italian genes. All right, I need your genes. Give me your genes.
Dylan, in some situations, you have to just like grow a pair. No, I'm totally kidding. You know who needs to grow a pair? Well, not really, but like the Chargers in a way, because if you're going to be a top AFC team, you have to be able to beat the Ravens, one of the best teams in the AFC, because you might face them in the playoffs. Chargers, wild card, Ravens division winner, that could be a first round playoff matchup. So, like, if you're the Chargers, you have to essentially grow a pair. I know Jim Harbaugh has a lot of pairs. Like he went to a Super Bowl in the Niners, won the national championship with Michigan, and he's shown on the Chargers that he's going to be a playoff team. The Chargers going to the playoffs. Obviously.
This is the Harbaugh game. I mean, this is the brothers versus
Jim and John, baby.
Yeah.
Jim and John.
And then you got the revenge game for the running backs, Dobbins, and you got
Gus Edwards.
Gus Edwards.
Very good point. Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins.
A lot of things going on that I didn't realize at first.
I'm sure, because like the Ravens are like, get the fuck out of here, goodbye. These two running backs probably wanted to prove their point, and Dobbins was very early in the game, and then he got hurt.
And I feel like that was the real momentum changer in this game.
It was. It really was.
As soon as he went out, it was like, it wasn't the same. You know?
Felt it, too. You're like, you saw him go to the sideline, it's like, J.K. Dobbins out for the game, and you're like, I don't feel as good about this game. And I picked the Chargers, so I was like, I don't really know now. Because, look, I love Ladd McConkey. But, like, their top tight end is Will Dissly. You know, Joshua Palmer, who we think is pretty good. But, like, as a number 2, I don't really know. So, they're, like, a year away from being a legit, like, Super Bowl contender. They're a playoff team. Just with Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert alone.
I mean, yeah, you can tell with the coaching and, you know, Harbaugh just going off. You know, just the coaching alone, you could tell. This team, I mean, compared to last year to now, you can see it's miles different.
They won 5 games last year with Brendan Staley. Probably one of the worst head coaches of all time. Now look at them with Jim Harbaugh. They're an efficient playoff team. Mm-hmm. Now, they were having trouble stopping the run. They have a good defense this year. It's been a very rejuvenated defense. But they were having trouble stopping Derrick Henry. And Lamar Jackson playing, you brought this up before the podcast, very efficient game. He doesn't always have the passing yards, but he made a lot of big throws in that the Bateman touchdown, the Andrews touchdown, the Zay Flowers sideline throw, rolling right, hitting the 35 yards down the field.
He's a playmaker. He is the playmaker on this team. He's the difference maker. I mean, you put any other quarterback behind this offense, they do not run the same. I mean, Lamar runs this offense. I mean, back against the wall, he's going to get it done every week, every time.
I just want to see if he could finally beat those Chiefs in the playoffs.
And, I mean, you look at the way that the Chiefs are playing right now, and you look at the way that the Ravens are playing right now, it's like the Ravens are playing out of their mind. I mean, some weeks, you know, they not as heavy. I mean, they scored, 30 points this game. I mean, every week it's an efficient, very good week from them. And then we look on the Chiefs side, and it's like they're barely beating the worst team. They're going to overtime with the worst team in the league. One of the worst teams in the league. And it's like, when is the other shoe going to fall for this team? Because they're not playing good. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but are they playing good ball? Because it doesn't seem like it.
I actually think the defense, and we've talked about the offense a lot, underperforming. I think the defense has really not been the same the last couple of weeks. Bryce Young's putting up numbers on them. So you really think about it, the defense is kind of, I mean, they have a lot of injuries too, but the defense has not really been the same the last couple of weeks. But I really hear what you're saying, because Patrick Mahomes, the law of averages, the Kansas City Chiefs, no one's ever won 3 Super Bowls in a row. It's never happened. So the fact that we're going to say that they're going to do it, it's very, 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 very unlikely. So I really...
Well, like, I'm not even looking at the law of averages. Like, put that aside. It's just the way that they're playing. And listen, I might be eating my words, you know, 3 or 4 weeks from now when we're getting into playoff times, and they just completely go up. But for now, I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it the way they're playing. They're letting up big plays. Mahomes isn't making those, you know, big wow plays you see anymore. Like, and their offense is pretty much put back together. I mean, without, you know, Pacheco, they kind of have everyone else. I mean, they add Hopkins over Rice. Rice obviously isn't in anymore, but Hopkins is a nice fit for that.
I think Travis Kelce's done.
I think but Noah Gray has been coming on as
He's going to be
he's replacing his role very well.
He's going to be the starting tight end moving forward. Not
100%.
not right now. But
No, right now.
I don't think he's going to be a star, but he'll be a capable tight end.
He had 3
moving
touchdowns within the last 2
Yes.
weeks. I mean,
I was able to tell him fantasy. He had 2 very big weeks. I was thinking about, like, should I pick him up?
And he's still on waiver wire.
Yeah.
I already got 2 tight ends. So I'm good.
we're kind of combining the 2 games together: Ravens, Chargers, Chiefs, Panthers.
Well,
and
I want to get that out. I know we're not going to talk about the Chiefs,
that's
but like,
fine.
I wanted to get that out.
That's totally fine because I want to talk about this Ravens Chiefs inevitable clash in the playoffs.
It's going to be either them or the Bills,
right? So,
and both of those teams are playing out of their minds, and the Chiefs are just playing mediocre ball.
Which team is more capable of beating the Chiefs, though? Like the Bills or the Ravens?
That's a really good question. Like they're both playing really good ball, but I feel like the Bills are more stable.
Honestly, it comes down to this: what quarterback would you take over the Chiefs? Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson? It's tough, I know.
I think Josh Allen. I don't know. I just feel like I trust Josh Allen more with this year. Like he's playing phenomenal.
I agree. He plays better. He plays better against the Chiefs than Lamar Jackson.
And like in all honesty, I did not like how they played in the playoffs. Like that turned me off completely.
Yeah.
And it just gives me the feeling that they choke in the big moments.
Honestly, other than the Giants, you've been a Ravens guy this season.
Hell yeah.
So for you to say that, I respect that because you are being honest there. That's how I know because you're a Ravens guy.
I know, but like the way that the Bills have been playing this year, it's like who can stop them? And
right.
Like Josh Allen might be playing the best year of his career.
The Bills are arguably the Bills or the Ravens, second best team in the AFC, right? One of those two.
They might be clinching next week. If they win and the Dolphins lose, I think they can clinch.
They will. They're going to clinch.
No, they're going to clinch anyway, but this soon. They might be the first team to clinch.
As far as the AFC, though, if you want to say number 1 is Kansas City, whatever, fine. Number 2, it's either the Bills or the Ravens. Now, number 2 in the NFC, to me, is the Philadelphia Eagles. They went and they worked the Rams. You got the Lions, and I think you got the Eagles after that. They had 7.1 yards per play. 7.1 yards per play. Imagine you went up to the line of scrimmage, you call hike, and you gain 7 yards every single time. That is domination. That's domination. Jalen Hurts, we were both on this podcast shitting on him. We have to give him his props because he's played a lot better. Yes, he needs A.J. Brown. He needs Goddard. He needs Barkley. But when he has those players, he's a high-end tier 2 quarterback. Right. He had 69.1 completion percentage, 13 touchdowns, 5 picks, 102 passer rating this season. So clearly he's been effective. He has a career high 8.3 yards per attempt. So it's not like he's dicking and dunking. He's throwing the ball down the field. So he's throwing the ball down the field and he's being efficient. And he's giving his players a chance, like A.J. Brown, Goddard. And
100%.
We got to be honest. Jalen Hurts, this is a nice bounce back year for Jalen Hurts.
And I hear old Jalen Hurts. And honestly, after this game, I think I need to retract a few statements that I said in the last podcast. Because I did say, Barkley, was the heartbeat of this team. And, without him, what are they? But I'm looking at it after that last week. I'm looking at it in more of in a positive way. Because he was just playing. He might be the best running back of all time. I mean, he's playing like it. I mean, a year away from the Giants behind a good line. And look what he's doing. He's playing one of the best games. He might be playing one of the best seasons. He's on pace, to get well over 2,000 rushing
right now,
yards.
I would say he's in the top 15, top 10. Yes,
he is.
To be top 5, you would need to get over 2,000 yards.
Now, the Eagles are doing everything they have to now. I think their roster is elevating them to another level where their coaching really doesn't have to do anything. But mark my words, I think they're gonna make a playoffs. They might even make a run to the NFC championships. But I think the coaching is gonna come back to bite them in the ass.
I agree with you. Everyone that wanted to shit on you about the coaching, saying, "Oh, this has been their record since Sirianni has been head coach."
No, their
made
roster
a Super Bowl.
is elevating them,
elevating the head coach.
100%.
Does the head coach call plays in the offense? No. Does the head coach rally the troops? I mean, I've seen him, if anything, turn the troops off. We've heard reports that Jalen Hurts doesn't even like the coach.
I don't think anybody likes the coach. Not right. Eagles fans doesn't like the coach. The players don't like the coach. The coaches don't like the coach.
The only thing that's going for them is the roster, and the GM's really good. elite GM Harry Roseman,
And
So-
it's unfortunate for a franchise like this because let's say they do have a good year. I just don't see him being that guy in the future. I don't see him being a Chiefs type of team where they go on a domination and just win 2 Super Bowls in a row, win within 5 years 2 to 3 Super Bowls. I just don't see it.
Me too. It's like almost like a one and done type situation. Yeah. Maybe that was that Super Bowl 2-3 years ago. That's that one. Like,
well, if this wasn't the year, then I don't know what is.
This might be the Lions year though, so you're gonna have a tough. That would probably be the NFC Championship matchup: the Lions and the Eagles.
They had a year to rebuild. They had a year to put it together, and they're doing it. They have that blowout factor. They have everything you want, and they could do it all on the ground too. They don't even need Stafford.
So dude, yes, it's funny because you meant Hurts, but you said they might not need Stafford, which is funny. I was about to bring up the Rams right when you said that, so it was like that kind of triggered me. They were 0 for 8 in third down. They didn't convert 1 third down. They are a good team, but they're not great. Like that. Like, how many more years does Stafford have left in the tank? Because I don't think they're a Super Bowl team this year. So like, does he even come back after this year? Like,
he doesn't give that wow factor. He doesn't.
He used to, but
he doesn't give those plays like wow.
What about the Patriots? What about the Patriots game where he threw 4 touchdowns? So like, it's like I don't know because he has this. What about the Vikings game where he broke that tackle and he rolled left through that touchdown? Like. He has some wow. He's just old and withered. Like, how many more years does Stafford have left before he's like, I'm done? Like,
I mean, we do have a young roster here, so I mean, they got to get another quarterback behind there and start. I mean, they've been in the rebuild with the older quarterback, so it just doesn't add up. I feel like they're not even out of position to draft. I mean, maybe they trade. Maybe they get JJ McCarthy. I mean. I don't know. I mean, there's options out there. Maybe they get Daniel Jones. Hell, what would Daniel Jones look like behind this team?
That's a good question because like they are missing some. They don't have the best offensive line in the league, but they add some offensive pieces. Like honestly, Daniel Jones.
That offense looks phenomenal.
I'm a big proponent of Daniel Jones having a Sam Darnold type scenario where he goes to a new
100%.
team. 3-4 Geno Smith maybe 3-4 years as a backup, getting his shot and looking a lot better. So Daniel Jones is not kind. He's gonna be in the league a long time. You're gonna hear his name in 3-4 years. He'll be around now. For Stafford, I think their chance was about 2 years ago. Or was it last year? No, it was probably last year. That was their last chance.
My God, they already went to this. They already won a Super Bowl.
So what else are you doing really here? Because
I mean, I don't know. That's what I was trying to get.
Cooper Kupp shot.
You have a young roster now.
Cooper Kupp shot. Stafford's kind of shot at this point.
He is, but the rest of the guys that you have around you are young. I mean,
Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams are special. Jared Verse on the defensive end.
You build around those players.
That pass rush, the Rams pass rush, Jared Verse and that guy Fisk. They are really kind of honestly on the defensive end. They're rejuvenated. It's kind of the offensive end where it's like a little too reliant on.
And like, look how well they bounced back after getting rid of Aaron Donald.
Yeah, on the D line, yes,
exactly,
absolutely.
And so I feel like this team is right. Like the rebuild has been done. I mean, they're already on the up and coming. So they just need. I just don't think Stafford is going to be getting it done.
So you brought up Rams trading for McCarthy. What about the Rams trading for Darnold? Because Sean McVay, he's a Kyle Shanahan guy. Darnold was on Shanahan's offense last year in the Niners. Kevin O'Connell's also a Shanahan guy. Now, Sean McVay's a Shanahan guy on the Rams. Mm-hmm. What if they go out and get Darnold? Is either they get Darnold or get JJ kind of situation.
Is he a franchise guy? He's playing like it, but one season doesn't justify it for me.
And you saw a couple games. He's like gets exposed here and there. Like he's not great. He's good. Honestly, Sam Darnold has turned into a capable mm-hmm. top 32 quarterback. He's turned into that. He is.
He kind of reminds me of like Brock Purdy. Like he's really good. He's great. But like he's not like he's not a Josh Allen. He's not a Lamar. He's not a guy that's going to elevate your team to another level where he's just doing it on his own.
Great point. Honestly, yes. You really summed it up very well there because Sam Darnold can make the throws, can move around, but he's like Brock Purdy with it. He's a B at everything. Mm-hmm. He's not elite at one thing. He doesn't have a great arm. He has a good arm. He doesn't move great. He moves good. And kind of like Brock Purdy, who didn't play in this game against the Packers, and Brandon Allen. How much are we really going to talk about this game? It was a shit show. The Niners, have I not been saying for a few weeks at the beginning of the end for the Niners?
And honestly, ever since you say that, it's been growing on me more and more, like, you know, like a fungus. Like, it's really been growing on me. Yeah.
The contract with Debo?
Yeah. I mean, Debo's done. He is. I mean, he's getting
McCaffrey
fat. He's slow.
Yeah.
I mean, I think somebody I don't know. I saw him. I'm like, does he look fat?
Someone else said that too. Someone else said
he's
that
got
to
a
me.
stomach now, and like that's not what you want to see in your wide receiver
/
That's
running back. Remember
like,
when they used to run the ball all the time? They never run him
They
anymore.
never running him anymore, and it's just like this is the beginning of the.
Let's
end
be
of
honest
that.
though. There's been some catches early in the season where he ran for 80 yards, so he can still run. Like he.
And then you come to the point, like, after this, like, I think we can chalk this off as, like, a loss for them. I don't think they're going anywhere. The Seahawks have the advantage of them. What are they? Are they the last in their division right now?
Yes. Yes.
That's tough. That's really tough. And I feel like...
might I say, after the Super Bowl was over, was the favorite to win the next Super Bowl this year.
The 49ers.
The favorite.
Yeah. The 49ers.
Now they're worse than the NFC West. Can we talk about that for a second? Because the Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals, Niners has been a lot better than people thought. The Cardinals, the Rams, the Seahawks, like, damn, the Niners are really, they're going to miss the playoffs. It's done. They're done.
They are. And, I mean, in this division, who are you taking seriously? In the
NFC West?
Yeah.
I know, it's weird. Because the Cardinals are like, they don't have enough talent. The Rams.
Kyler looked terrible this game. I'm sorry. Kyler made too many big mistakes. I mean, not understanding where people are in the pocket, just not understanding assignments, making terrible throws, throwing interceptions. I don't know. I mean, like, he has these weeks where he kind of, like, goes crazy, and he has a great game.
You want to know why? It's the height, and when he gets pressured and he can't see clearly, he's going to struggle.
I think I'm favoring the Seahawks in this
to win the division.
Yeah, and honestly, Geno has been playing really good ball.
Yes.
And then you got Walker back there. That's looking like, you know, he's looking like a top 5 running back. He really is.
At his best when he's not hurt. Yes,
he is. And then you got Charbonnet back there.
Honestly,
too,
DK Metcalf. The last 2 years we don't praise him enough. The guy has been an elite receiver for like a long time now.
And then you got
Jackson Smith and Jigba, my friend.
Yes,
and he's really going to be the next number one.
He's a solid number 2.
He's going to be the one soon
exactly.
when Metcalf, whenever he leaves.
So this is a really good team, and I think they could make a good run. Like they could be a shocking like NFC championship team.
Ooh, the Seahawks.
Yeah,
I think Geno
if
might
they play the right team, why not?
So let's play this scenario out. They win the NFC West. Let's say they're the 4 seed, so they play the 5 seed. Who would be the first wild card team? The Vikings? So Seahawks, Vikings.
I think they could beat the Vikings on a good day.
Okay, so then we go to the next round. He's getting some booty call. No, I'm getting some booty call. We're gonna ignore the phone. A little vibration there. Geno Smith in the divisional round beat the Vikings. Who would be the next opponent? Let's say it is let's not go Lions. It's a little tough. Let's go Eagles.
I feel like the Eagles win that, but I feel like it's a go either way game.
One playoff win though, very good progression for the Seahawks.
Exactly. I mean, you just gotta win one more game, and then you're in the NFC.
But are they in purgatory where they're like too good to get a quarterback, but too bad to win a Super Bowl? Like, or is Geno Smith holding them back?
No, I don't think Geno. Like,
this is a bad quarterback draft. This is not good quarterback draft. So I would just wait anyway. But win games. Same for your Giants. Just win, bro. Don't even. There's 2 decent quarterbacks. This is not like last year's draft. It's like with 6.
You never know. You really never know.
Exactly, but you never know. But you never know.
One of these quarterbacks, though, have been a hit.
One in every draft.
Bo Nix, Caleb Williams.
What about the
Jaden Daniels?
What about the 2021 draft? Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Mac Jones.
Well, terrible.
You never know. You never know, bro. So be careful.
I know, but then you had the sneaky ones that come out of nowhere.
Right, like Sam Darnold. Well, actually, it took a couple of years for him. But let's talk about that now. Let's move on. Caleb's looked a lot better. Talking about the last draft, Caleb Williams has looked a lot better the last couple of weeks. We have to give him credit because his back was against the wall. People were telling him that, Jaden Daniels is better than you. Bo Nix is better than you. And you want he has looked. He's shown why he was the number 1 overall pick. That's throwing the silent to Swift.
Let me say. There was at least 5 passes that was like, wow. Like, threading the needle 2 times. Threading the needle to
Keenan
Allen. He had one on running out of bounds, throwing
Swift.
a dot over to Swift. He had one that wasn't caught on the sideline. That was a still phenomenal throw.
That is what Caleb Williams is.
Like,
at his best.
He just looks 10 times more comfortable in this offense, and you can tell. And that's what you want to see. These guys getting comfortable, letting loose, like them on a, feeling good. That's what you want. And honestly, when they're feeling good, they look like a really, really good team.
Now, I do think that they're a year away.
I think they're a year away too. And I think a lot of people jumped the gun because they had the roster. But now it takes time to put it all together.
Not all rookies hit the gun right away. Jaden Daniels started off strong. Now he's teetering off.
Yeah.
Bo Nix and Caleb. Bo Nix has been like this.
He hasn't looked bad. Yeah, he's been on the steady incline.
And
yes,
look at
100%.
him now. And we'll get to that in a little bit. But Caleb Williams, his back against the wall, people telling him, you're a boss, bro, has looked really impressive these last 3 games. He
100%.
honestly it's created a lot of hope for the Chicago fans. Now going to next season, even though they'll make the playoffs this season, now going to next season, they're going to be like, okay, we have a quarterback, we have a team, we just need a head coach. The head coach is probably gone after this season. Matt Eberflus, rest in peace. But let's go get an offensive guy. Ben Johnson in the Lions, go get him. Like,
there's a lot of hope in this team. I mean, for a team that's kind of like been up and down emotionally, I feel like they're in a good place now. They are. I mean, Caleb Williams has been he's now looking like, the number 1 overall pick.
Right. And he's
making sense out of it.
He's going to need some time, but is looking the trajectory is going up now. I agree with that for sure. Now, look, Sam Darnold, he's battle tested now. Look, they are beating decent teams. They're 9-2. I can't really shit. I don't have anything else to shit.
Both these teams are playing great ball. I mean, these guys are balling out.
I'm a Sam Darnold hater. I can't do it anymore. This guy has been a good quarter. Honestly, Sam Darnold to the Jets next year. Bring him back. Bring Sam Darnold back to the Jets, baby. Bring him back.
I hope you're joking.
Why not?
Because the Jets have problems that are beyond.
But
players,
you don't think Sam Darnold would
beyond
help?
Players?
You don't think Sam Darnold? You don't think? Do you think Sam Darnold is better than Aaron Rodgers? Let me rephrase that. Do you think Sam Darnold is better than Aaron Rodgers?
I don't think any quarterback on the Giants could make the. I'm sorry. I don't think any team on the Jets could make the Jets work. I don't think if you bring Patrick Mahomes, I don't think he makes it work.
But
they're
objectively,
savior.
in a vacuum, right now, do you think Sam Darnold is better than Aaron Rodgers?
100.
Me too.
1,000%.
Me too.
I honestly I say that, but at the same time, you put Aaron Rodgers on another team, you put him on the Vikings. I don't think he's doing what Sam Darnold's doing. You put him on the 49ers. I don't think he's doing what Brock Purdy's doing. I think Aaron Rodgers is just over-conceited. He's just full of himself. He just thinks he runs the league. He thinks he's still like this young guy that he can still do things. I'm over Aaron Rodgers. Shot. and now there's multiple reports from reliable sources that are saying that he wants to play.
Leave?
He wants to play next year. He 100% wants to play, but he doesn't want to play for the Jets.
That's after you heard the Jets saying that they wanted to release him.
Now
it's a game now.
What team would shoot themselves in the foot and pick them up?
Let's go into this now. Right. Yeah. Now I heard the Titans could be one team. The Raiders.
This is a win now type of situation because Aaron Rodgers isn't going to just want to go on a team and I can't see a team being stupid enough
to winning record and getting Aaron Rodgers.
49ers, they wouldn't.
Brock Purdy's better.
That would just mess up their whole.
Titans or Raiders. That's it. Or retire. That's it.
Because why would the
Titans maybe?
The Raiders maybe. I feel like they have a competent offense. They got
no more Jacobs. Only Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers.
You got
Max Crosby on the defensive end.
I feel like they're the only team that might make a little bit of sense, but I don't know. I just can't see a team stupid enough to go ahead and pick him up.
Crazy how we veered from Sam Darnold to Aaron Rodgers there. It's a Jets thing, yeah.
It's pretty crazy because, like, what do you make of this? Like, this you're see, the next 5 years are just done for. Like, you're done.
As Jets
you're
fan?
done. Yeah.
Yeah, done.
Like, Woody Allen is not a good
Woody
owner.
Johnson
like
Allen.
Woody
Johnson Allen.
Woody Johnson Allen. Yeah.
Woody Johnson. Yeah.
But they're beyond repairable.
I know.
They're done.
I know. Look, I know. I don't have anything to say. I've been silent for weeks.
Like, it's like, what do you do? Like, at a point where, like, you have, like, all these great players, but, like...
Well, we talked about Joe Douglas last week, but we didn't really go into detail. Now, it seems like... Look, we talk about the Jets having all these great players, but, like, what do they amount to? What is Sauce Gardner? Is he even a top 15 player?
He isn't.
A top 10 player?
I've seen enough footage of him just getting burnt left and right by these mediocre
Garrett
wide
Wilson's
receiver.
great. Garrett Wilson's great.
Yeah, he is.
Brees
Brees Hall is
decent. Top
if he was,
12.
If he, it's like a Barkley situation.
Yeah.
You put him on
Line,
another
yes,
offense,
line.
he completely obliterates stuff.
Defense, though. This was supposed to be some, like, elite defense. And you have Sauce Gardner calling out Matt O'Leary. You have Quincy Williams
And
fucking
again,
putting on
I think
Instagram
it's
stories,
coaching.
threatening people to come see me. Like, bro, no one making pennies is gonna go see your millionaire ass. Get the fuck out! Like, what is going on? You see the type of shit these Jets players are saying. It's like embarrassing.
It's coming back to the Giants now too. You see Malik Neighbors having enough with them. You see Burns, like, going to media, talking shit.
Let's not forget, Brian Burns was on the Carolina Panthers last season, 2-15 Carolina Panthers. So he just shut his mouth. Shut the fuck up, okay? Because you're in New York now, and
just like these New York problems, man.
The Giants and Jets are very.
The Knicks are doing good. The Knicks are doing good.
Honestly,
there's that.
Bro.
They just beat the Denver Nuggets.
Bro, honestly, the Giants and Jets are the same now. I'm sorry, they are the same. Like,
well, historically, no. Historically, no.
No, you're right. Absolutely, the Giants.
Currently,
and Jets,
yeah. Like, we're at the same
a
level
lot
right
of
now.
analysts are lumping us into the same category. Like, we're the same team. Like whenever they talk about the Giants, they talk about the Jets. Whenever they talk about the Jets, they talk about the Giants. It's like a repetitive cycle of toxicity.
And honestly, I think it was the right move to get rid of Daniel Jones, because what are you doing? You know this is in your guy. If you bench him, that you're going to have all these people, you're just going to bench him and bring him back. Just get rid of the kid. Let him do his thing.
I agree.
I'm like, just, cut it off. Just done.
Do you think starting Tommy DeVito was for a draft pick? Or do you think they like Tommy Cutlets?
I think they like Tommy. Like, I mean, what is Drew Lock?
I do think Drew Lock is better
we
than Tommy Cutlets.
I think so too, but we have more development. Like, we can still let's see what we have with Tommy Cutlets. Like,
honestly,
Tommy DeVito.
That is a very good assessment. You have the offensive coordinator Mike Kafka and Brian Daboll working with Tommy DeVito for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
You have development in this offense with Tommy DeVito.
Mm-hmm.
Let's work Tommy DeVito, see what this development in this offense for the last year and a half has brought to him. I didn't really think of that. That actually is a good point. Tommy DeVito's been developing in this offense for longer than Drew Lock. And you actually stumped me there. I was like, that was a good take.
They
good
have
take.
like, listen, he didn't play good ball at all. Like, I'll admit it. I watched most of that game.
He was set up to lose, though.
He was. But
Tracy fumbling
what gets me mad is the team players getting upset, going to the media, causing a fit. Like, you kind of got to know what your team is. You're not going to be winning. You're not making a playoff run. So just build with your team. Don't go behind. I don't like how Malik Neighbors is sitting there and the media saying, I don't know what the coaching is. I don't know. Be a grown man. Be somebody that says,
I like how he's saying it's not Daniel Jones, because he knows it's not Daniel Jones. Because it really isn't Daniel Jones.
But you're causing problems saying that.
Daniel Jones, it's really tough because Daniel Jones has the traits to be a starting quarterback in this league, but it's like never amounted to it.
I feel like Brian Daboll didn't get to him soon enough.
But like, Daboll's a good I would keep Daboll.
100%. No, I like Daboll. Like,
he give him a quarterback. He was with Brett Favre from the Jets. He was with Brett Favre from the Jets. He was with Tua in Alabama.
He was with Josh Allen
in Buffalo. He has known to produce good quarterback play. Now, something he can't. I don't believe that. I don't buy it, Dylan.
I think no, like I said, I think Daniel Jones was beyond saving. I mean, he came in there way too late to be.
He
doing
thinks
anything.
too much. You think Daniel Jones is like sack?
Exactly.
It's like
And like at
Exactly.
the end of the day, like I like to say Daniel Jones is a good quarterback, but I've seen enough footage of him just making complete mediocre mistakes. I mean, completely missing wide open guys. It's like I like to say like it wasn't him, but at the same time it was him.
I'm glad for you to come around because you were really. We had one of our very first podcasts. I just like straight up asked you, I'm like, Dak or Daniel Jones? And you're like, Daniel Jones. There was like 10 people in the comments roasting me for picking Dak. Dak is a better quarterback. Let's just. I mean, time is. Dak's
Yes.
not. Dak's
I mean,
not elite.
sometimes he makes
Dak
bad,
has his flaws.
bad choices.
It happens.
That was,
me with
that
Jordan
was a
Love.
bad-
Me
yes.
with Jordan Love. It's
That too, because I mean, I still the guy. I still don't think he's definitely not a top 10 quarterback in the league.
he's top 15.
He might not be. He might be tittering top 15.
I think he's like 13, 12 maybe. But where are we with Jaden Daniels now? We were so high on him. Where are we now?
I'm still not. I mean, you have a
Where
couple,
is he right now? Is he top 10 still?
No, but I don't think he was ever. It's week. It's really week to week because I mean, some weeks like you have other guys coming up. Some weeks you have guys that kind of fall off. So no, currently he's not a top 10 quarterback.
I think he's still in that top 15 though. Like let's
He
be
is,
honest.
yes.
The fact that he got them to 7-2 was elite in itself.
But like Caleb made a huge step up. Bo Nix take a huge step up. Like
Right. They have. But look, Cooper Rush. We like to shit on him for a couple weeks, but he's a capable backup. And it's one of those games where you have a capable backup, and they performed. Cooper Rush made some. We have to give him credit. He made some good throws in this game. He did. And that fourth quarter was crazy. What was it? Like 30 to 40 total points in that fourth quarter. It was insane, Dylan.
It was. I mean, the last I think it was 4 to 5 minutes.
To
just
score
started lighting
to
it up.
score the game tying touchdown potentially in the last 20 seconds, and then miss the game tying extra point. Oh my god.
I mean, just the sequence of events and like just how the Commanders had it at like what was it like the 20-yard line. All they had to do is get McLaurin on the ground. That's all. They didn't have any time.
Terry McLaurin with a big time play.
Second one. That was a couple weeks back. The McLaurin. I forgot what game.
The fade
it was.
route in the back.
Yes,
of the
exactly.
Was it the Ravens game? Did they play the Ravens? No, it wasn't the Ravens. It was the.
I don't know who it was.
Why did I
but-
think it was the Ravens? No, they lost to the Ravens. It was the Bengals. The Bengals. game?
Yes, it was the Bengals.
That was a couple of weeks ago. Yes.
This team is going to be phenomenal. This
yes.
is going to be a very
Not
good
this
team.
year, but it will be. Like I don't think I think the Eagles kind of like we
I
both
think they make a playoff run.
They're making the playoffs. They're making the playoffs. They are. But like
and it comes down to like what you do in the playoffs. Forget what happened in the season. That's gone. You're in the playoffs.
Do we think the Eagles are better?
Yes.
Exactly. So with what the Eagles
they-
probably gonna win the division. All right, wild card game. Seahawks. Who wins?
I think Commanders. That's a go either way game for me.
Me too. Me too. Me too.
I think either one of those games, either one of those teams. I wouldn't be shocked if either one of those teams won.
Okay. Wild card game. Pick a different division winner. Wild card game. South, East, West. Falcons.
I think they win that game.
Me too. So depends who they
It's a
get.
go either way game.
They have to get that 5 seed because they'll play the Falcons probably, or the Seahawks in that 4 seed. So go either way. Cowboys. Was that pointless winning that game? Like what? You're playing to win every week though. Like what do we like?
They've won too much to
Be bad.
to be bad.
But
and
I had Shador and Deion Sanders written all over this team. It's not probably not going to happen now. They're 4-7.
I don't think they have good enough like coaching to
Mike
or
McCarthy.
ownership to trade up and get that type of
I thought they were going to be bad enough where they got the Shador, trade up for Deion, got Deion, not trade up, signed Deion, and like Shador's going to be gone by their pick.
I know, but I feel like we're beyond that. They gave him
They
his
paid Dak.
contract.
They paid Dak.
I mean, you got 5 years with this guy that it's 5 years of hell now. Like it's over. You're done. Like I don't. What else are you gonna do besides grow with Dak? I mean, it's Dak or nothing.
It is Dak or nothing, and Dak is a top you said was like teetering top 20. I think Dak was running up MVP.
There's just too much cancer in this team. There's way too much cancer.
Honestly,
There's
I'm starting to
too
feel
much butting head.
I'm starting to feel your vibes of put Dak on a different team. He'd be a much better quarterback.
Like
Because
even like when him and CD are winning, CD's just still giving him dirty looks. It's like
well, CD should shut the fuck up because CD has not had his best numbers unless he's with Dak. So like, bro, go play with Cooper Rush for the rest of your career.
it's like none of these guys get along. It's like it's like putting a team together of like your arch nemesis.
I've been saying it's the beginning
and thinking it's gonna work. It's just
I've been saying it's the
not.
beginning of the end for the Niners. This is the beginning of the end for Dallas. It's a real question.
I mean, they've never really
We started.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like
Good point. Bro, we've all played those flat football games where we're like rolling around in the snow. That Steelers Browns game. That was something fun to watch. Like it's just like the snow. It's
Jameis
nostalgic.
Winston, man.
I like him. I like
him too. And like
he was the number one overall pick. And he's just never amounted to that.
I mean, is this like a Sam Darnold thing? Is this a
Nah.
is that Geno's thing?
I think he's just gonna be a backup, man. He has some bad games too, so it's like he didn't really prove that he's like, wow, let's go get this guy. He's a backup. But you know what?
He's a high end backup.
He's a high end backup, and the Browns.
He's a guy you just want on your team for morale.
And the Browns are not giving up. That's what's most important. The Steelers are fine, but the Browns did not give up in this game.
I have nothing to make of the Steelers. I think like it was a tough game. You know, you're going against a great defense, the terrible conditions. So stuff happens. You know.
So we're like, week 12 going to week 13. So Dylan, what are your like top of your head biggest takeaway so far? Baltimore, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Buffalo. Like just pick one. Niners, Packers, Rams. Lions. Like, what's your biggest takeaway? Derrick Henry, Barkley, like.
I think my biggest takeaway is Eagles can make it all, and they showed it in 1 week.
Everyone, last week he was not saying that.
That's why I said in one game. In one game they proved it.
My biggest takeaway. It's time to give a non-quarterback MVP. Hence, either Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry, because these guys have been special to the team. Mm-hmm. Saquon Barkley has been playing MVP level play, so to give it to a quarterback is disrespectful. That's just
Adrian Peterson was the last one, right?
Yes, 2012. So Saquon Barkley for MVP is my take. So week 12, we'll do our week 13 picks next. Like, subscribe, share. It's been a blast.
Hell
bro.
Yeah, man. So it is.
You're the man, bro. Take care.